To be perfectly honest, I actually found it fairly challenging not having face-to-face time where you could actually physically discuss around objects. So that was an ongoing challenge. One thing that did work well was a lot of very visual slides with really trying to break things down into, for instance, building design. How does the flow of forces move through the structure? So part of it was just actually spending quite a period of time trying to design visuals to help show what you would normally do in sketches on class and explanations. Tried with tutorials. I generally find just unfortunately tutorials were fairly poorly attended in general. I was lecturing in the first half of last year where we just transitioned. So we had 6 weeks face-to-face and then 6 weeks online. So with that transitioning, it was a little bit messy and still getting up to speed. So I think the tutorials attendance was low. So I found, to be honest, having a tablet in those tutorials made a big difference, just being able to sketch on the screen. Unfortunately, though, it would only affect 10, 15 students at a time, although I do understand that to some extent students would share that amongst themselves, and sometimes we would record the session. So I do believe some of the lessons were learned by others, and I'm not sure what to extent it's a good thing that tutorials are recorded for those people who couldn't make it, and also a bad thing that, well, I don't have to attend, and if I feel like watching it later, I'll watch it later. So, but we simply ran them on MS Teams. I have my tablet, I link my tablet and the screen, and I screen share, and then I just write. And that was beneficial. That was the best I came up with. A number of people in our department have that Wacom tablet, and I believe that worked very well because also then it's not even a linking your screen in the tablet. It was actually live writing in OneNote, and those people who've used it appear to be very positive about having a tablet to link directly to the computer. All our lectures were pre-recorded with the challenges people having online. So all the lectures pre-recorded, available online. And then we followed that up with tutorial sessions where we answered questions. We did also have a forum where people would post questions and get answers. That was reasonably successful, the forum, where they post asynchronously and we could answer. I think we tried to be relatively quick in our responses, with normally on the same day. I think that helped as well, and tried to stimulate work that way. And I do understand to some extent students would then follow it and see what other students were posting. I am also aware that some of the challenges with the forum, especially when everyone was subscribed, they were saying they were getting a lot of posts. They had 5 courses running simultaneously with posts. And so they were getting this tsunami of posts in their inbox from different questions and answers. And so I did often see that questions had been answered and students were either posting them again or asking them tutorials, and either they just hadn't paid attention or it got lost in the inbox amongst the other forum posts. So that quantity of forum posts is to some extent a slight hindrance, but at least everyone knows what's going on. All I can think is that it's to restructure how the tutorials are run slightly and have smaller groups where they report to a specific demi, etc., but perhaps key issues get posted on a main forum or something. But even that, then there will be things that slip through the cracks quite often. But I suppose from a different level, in a traditional tutorial, you have 6 demis and they will answer the same question 7 times. So not everyone gets everything anyway. So we must sort of accept that we can't generally post it, or just have not everyone subscribed. They must maybe not auto-subscribed, and they must just go look when they're interested, and have it well structured. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and then they kind of know where to go find the answers if they need it. All right, so this was during lockdown. So this was filming in my upstairs on my desk. Okay, so YouTube videos, load paths, it's 20 minutes. starts going out. You can see me a little bit. I normally don't include myself for very long, so I just found the bandwidth, the size of the file goes up. But you know, introduce a project, I mean a system, go through the drawings of it, show some real life images of something that looks similar, and so that's what we're designing. And then I had some old three-dimensional models, so then spent a while talking through the models, which hopefully helped apply the work. And then once we had spoken through the sort of real world application of it, then we went into, then we actually had some models and just filmed them in my office on the desk, and then tried to, and then even blew them up to try explain what's happening with bracing design and the likes. And then went through all that, and then went into the design afterwards and ran the maths on the different sketches that they'd seen at the beginning. So I first introduced the problem, then tried to apply it to real world, then showed them physically what's happened to it, and then produced a bunch of slides to try sort of take them through step by step the concepts that were done, with quite a bit of annotations along the way, and trying to link the three-dimensional system on the left to the two-dimensional analysis model on the right. And then, yeah, so this I did find was quite time consuming, but this was probably the section of the course that people struggle with the most. And so put a fair amount of time into trying to develop this. It took a fair amount of editing, but I think I probably could have done it a little bit more simply if I just used my webcam more intelligently. Webcam's actually great.
Okay, I was going to say practically. So that is a 20-minute long video.
Yeah.
Realistically, how long did you take to make that?
Oof. This was nearer the beginning. This was a week after lockdown, and I was using what I had available. That took me, this probably took me probably almost a good, a good 4, 5, 6 hours. I think I'd be able to do this again in probably 5 or 6 hours now. If I stream the video straight with my webcam, I bought a HD webcam, and it's great. I just pointed at what I'm doing and it streams straight into Camtasia. Because what slowed me down a lot is I had a separate camera, filmed it, and then downloaded it and edited, and then you make mistakes and you go refilm it. Where capturing with a webcam is great. Let me show you my most popular video on YouTube that I get by far the most. That was awesome video comments. The quality is terrible, but the concepts are there. So, I mean, it's aesthetically ugly, but it just is a one-note sketch, even with the horrible pink outline and such. And it just literally goes through the stuff, and I get by far the most positive feedback from that than any other video. That's it. See, you can see this is horrendously ugly. I actually did this on my tablet with all the software at the side, and then 20,000 views and 190 likes.
That is so fantastic. I'm going to cut this in as well.
So it doesn't have to be pretty to be liked. There's other stuff I put far more time and effort into, and you can see all of the comments here of people that liked it. So yeah, it was really, and this didn't even take me that long. It was literally just sketching on my tablet with a screen record of the tablet, and I didn't even edit the stuff off or trimmed it start and finish. But one thing I'd say at some stage, just to make people's lives easier, it was useful. We had a postgrad course, and if facilities are set up, that there's just somewhere that people can go and everything's ready there. So if you want to talk, I think with the renovations, I'm seeing the boardrooms may almost be suitable for this. But I set up something at my home in the height of lockdown, and then was this one of them? No, this wasn't one of them. I know that was Lightboard, but if you have to do it more professionally, especially for like paying people, it's nice if there is a decent setup that you can use. Where did I put this? One of these videos. Because this is then when we have you can actually then, it's all set up. You can lecture through it. You're like, hi, here I am. You can actually edit yourself into your own slides. It's hell of a boring listening to us. A 40-minute lecture of yourself, go listen to it. It's really boring. Seeing someone makes a big difference. And having a room that you can just set up and go do, yeah, like the equipment is there and you can fiddle with it. It helps quite a bit.